This is the Cosmopolitan, and it's one of the hottest hotels in Las Vegas. From the stunning chandelier bar to hidden speakeasies to a terrace view straight over the Bellagio fountains. In this video, I'm taking you inside the casino, the food hall, the pools, everything this hotel has to offer, and my Terrace One Bedroom Suite. Is this a Vegas ultimate hotel experience? Let's find out. The Cosmo sits right in the middle of the strip, next to the Bellagio and its famous fountains. You really can't get a better location. The check-in area is jaw-dropping, massive digital columns in the lobby, changing constantly. Sometimes it looks like an aquarium, other times it's people trapped inside. It feels more like an art gallery than a hotel. If you arrive before 3 p.m., be ready for long lines. Later in the day, it's usually quicker. Another downside, even though it's an MGM property, you can't check in online. You've got to go and do it in person. The casino here is pretty big and always busy. Lots of slot machines and table games, but it's tight. Machines are cramped close together, so it feels crowded. There's also a nice sports book, but it's not very big. When it comes to food and drinks, the Cosmo is loaded with options. The star of the show is the chandelier bar, a massive 3-story purple chandelier that you can actually sit inside while sipping cocktails. It's pure Vegas. On the first floor, you got 2 more very nice bars and lounges, the Vesper Bar by the reception and Click, which is the newly remodeled bar and lounge that looks stunning. And the Henry is a modern American diner that's great for breakfast. Right next to it is the barbershop, haircuts by day, secret speakeasy, and live music by night. If you want something quick, there's Vabene Cafe, or just go to Starbucks. Head up to the second floor and the choices explode. Momofuku serves Asian flavors, Milk Bar has cakes and coffee, the Juice Standard does healthy juices and smoothies, and the Egg Slot has all your egg cravings covered. There's even a fun Alice in Wonderland themed hangout area. Then you've got Amaya, a modern Mexican spot, and China Poblano, which mixes Chinese and Mexican cuisines. Surprisingly, it works somehow. Block 16 is the hotel's food hall with donuts, sushi, hot chicken, sandwiches, and more. If you spot the graffiti wall, keep walking until you see a door with a donkey on it. That's Ghost Donkey, a speakeasy so tiny it only fits 27 people. Basically a cocktail party in someone's living room. Block 16's newest addition is Naughty Patty's, a smash burger spot. I tried it. The fries were excellent, perfectly seasoned with their special seasoning. The burger, well, it looked like someone sat on it, bun included. The flavor is decent, but the patty was dry. It comes with American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, and their special sauce. I also ordered the strawberry shortcake concrete. I expected ice cream, but it tasted more like strawberry yogurt. So yeah, calories of an ice cream without the taste. And this black cherry soda tasted very similar to cherry coke. Overall, Naughty Patty gets 3 stars. Also on this floor, Super Frico, an Italian-American psychedelic restaurant. The Ski Lodge Speakeasy is behind this door, and the Wicked Spoon Buffet, which is pretty good. I've tried it. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to review this buffet. From the buffet, you can walk directly into Vdara or the Bellagio using this walkway. And the Marquee nightclub and day club is also on this floor. Up on the 3rd floor, things get upscale. Here you'll find all the fancy restaurants. Beauty in Essex might look like a pawn shop, but there's actually an American restaurant hidden inside. Down this hallway lined with record covers is Secret Pizza, the hidden pizza spot people rave about. Personally, I think it's fine, but not the best pizza in Vegas. Also on this floor, you'll find the Chelsea Theater. All around the property, you'll notice quirky artwork, giant dog statues, a dinosaur skull, a very special donkey statue, oversized shoes that are big enough for certain someone's giant feet, if you know you know, the strange wire lady in a glass box, even old cigarette machines repurposed to sell mini art pieces. Essential shops are scattered throughout the hotel too. My room was in the Chelsea Tower. Even the elevator lobby had some odd art. And once you're upstairs, the colors switch to blue, purple, and silver. For my room, I paid $238. This room has the fountain view. I did not pay extra for that. And welcome to my Terrace One Bedroom Suite. The living room has an L-shaped couch, an armchair, a 65-inch TV, a coffee table with an art book. There's a very nice desk if you want to get some work done. They also provide some stationery. And a bar area. The art is very eclectic, and my favorite piece is this photo of a dog wearing a wig. There's an ice bucket with glasses, a mini bar tray with the usual overpriced items, a cold mini bar with a small freezer area. Don't buy this, it's very expensive. And a second empty fridge for your own stuff. There's a little area between the living room and the bedroom with a full-length mirror and a closet, which leads to the bedroom. The bedroom has a king-size bed and another 55-inch TV. There's also a soaking tub you can see from the bedroom. It's very deep, and probably the best part of the room is the shower. The room is very nice, but a bit dark. These lamps have built-in outlets, and there's a little bedside remote to control the lights. And there's even a fashion book in this drawer. In the closet, there's a safe, an iron, 2 pairs of slippers, an ironing board, luggage rack, hangers, and 2 robes. The bathroom is very nice, modern, and well lit. There are dual sinks, a blow dryer in this drawer, a magnifying mirror, tissue paper. These are their body lotion and hand wash that they provide. The toilet has this cool wallpaper of a woman's profile, and the spare toilet paper even comes wrapped in a little bag. Fancy. Behind this glass door is the shower and the soaking tub. The shower is big. I like the design of it and the iridescent tiles that they chose. These are the products that they provide, and there are 2 towels over here. This is glass. You can see it from the bedroom, but it's not see-through. From the tub, you can look out at the Strip and the Bellagio fountains, or you can look back into the bedroom. And of course, there is a terrace with a fantastic view of the Strip and the Bellagio fountains. On the terrace, there's a chair, a small table with an ashtray, and a worn-out couch with another table. The view is definitely unbeatable, especially at night. If I would have gotten a higher floor, I could have probably seen the Sphere as well. The room is great, but not flawless. I noticed water damage on the walls. The curtains look like this. I did not do this. I did my blacklight test. The pillows, the sheets, the mattress protector, and the mattress were clean, and this remote was dusty. I also found a few stains on the couch and the chair, but nothing major. The toilet was spotless, though the wall behind it was not. Everything else in the bathroom was clean. The Cosmo has 2 pool areas, the Chelsea pool and the Chelsea Tower. This one has a large pool. You can rent cabanas. There are 2 bars and a hot tub. The Boulevard pool is much larger and more lively. There's another shallow pool and a hot tub. And in the winter, it turns into an ice skating rink. The views from here are fantastic. You'll also find a pool shop for your essentials and the Overlook Grill restaurant. The hotel offers 2 fitness centers, 1 in each tower. The Boulevard one is open 24 hours a day. And of course, there's a spa with a hammam. So, is it worth staying here? Let's break it down with my usual rating. First up, location. The Cosmo is located right in the heart of the Strip, next to the Bellagio and Aria. It really can't get better than this, so it's 5 out of 5 stars. Next, amenities and food options. There are 2 pool areas, a spa, a gym, a theater, very nice casino, a day club and a nightclub, a really nice buffet, and endless food options. But almost everything is pricey, so I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next, room quality. The room was spacious and modern with an amazing terrace and bathroom, but had some wear and tear. So I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. As for cleanliness, it was mostly clean with just a few small misses. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. And finally, value. Considering price, location, size, terrace, and the amazing view, it is worth it. So I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. So the final score is 4.6 out of 5 stars. So would I stay here again? Absolutely. It's stylish, it's fun, and it's one of my favorite hotels in Las Vegas. I can't wait to see the renovations in 2027. The only thing I'd change is adding online check-in like other MGM properties, because I really hate waiting in lines. Thanks for watching my review. If you've stayed here, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will see you next time.